Good morning and welcome guys to another episode of Let's Game Dev with Toby Preacher, and we are developing my game Only Zombie, and this is another beautiful morning where I can put some work in it. So let me have some coffee first before it gets cold. So alright, I want to continue on what I did yesterday, and I had a little bit of time yesterday in the evening, and I was working on this function. What I want to have, or I already had this kind of function for the enemy eat behavior. If you want to eat an enemy, then you have to get the instance of the enemy, and therefore I was searching for all enemies in the scene and returning the closest enemy, and that was in a function that was really badly coded, and so I cleaned it up yesterday and I got this function where I return a transform of the closest enemy. And what I'm doing here, I have a list of multiple enemies. I fill this list by find game objects with tab enemies. I store them in there. Then I got this float closest distance, and I set it to mathf infinity, which represents the maximum value a variable can have. And I have a transform that is null at the beginning. And then I loop through my array multiple enemies, and I say for each instance in multiple enemies, I set the current distance is the distance between the transform position of the player and the transform position of the enemy instance. And then I say if the current instance is smaller than the closest distance, then I will set this the distance of this trans to I will set the current distance to the closest distance, and then I set the transform trans to the transform of the current game object. And so it loops through all these enemies, and then it returns the transform with the lowest distance to the player. So pretty easy. And that way I got some clean code, which I'm calling up here, getting my transform, set it to get closest enemy, and then I do my calculations here if the player is allowed to eat, and then I eat them. So why I'm doing this, for the further versions of enemy attack, I want to do some behavior where every time you get close to one enemy or multiple enemies, it will highlight and mark the closest enemy as a target, so that you can run variable attacks on it. And that's the reason why I need some function like this, get closest enemy. So what I want to work on is the throwbone attack. We got it up here, and as you remember from yesterday, when I run this throwbone attack, there are some issues still. I can throw the bones. They're despawning after hitting another object, which is good, but you can see it's not colliding with everything. So it's hitting the surface of the ground, but it doesn't despawn when it falls down. And when I throw another bone on this bone, then it despawns. That's not what I want to have. And there is another issue, I can't attack anymore because I'm using the cooldown timer from the attack in the wrong way for my throw bone attack. So I need to do another cooldown method. Let me see. Attack timer is equals to attack cooldown. Let me just see what I got here in the attack method. Attack timer equals attack cooldown, and then if I'm attacking, it will cool down. The cooldown method is down here, and I say if attack timer is bigger than 0, I subtract time.delta time from the attack timer. And also I said attacking to false, blah blah blah. Okay, but what I'm doing here, I set the attack timer to 1. If I don't do that, let me just test real quick. I should be able to attack again. Yes, I am. And now I can spawn infinite amount of bones. Well, yeah. Alright, and you can also see the boomerang method gets called, but I guess in the wrong way. So I have to take care of that too. Alright. Not going to use an attack timer here. Let me see what I'm doing here is attack timer equals to attack cooldown. If not attacking, okay, I have to implement this one down here too. What the heck? Double quotes. And then get this pile of code, put it in here. So this is for avoiding that the player can throw attack when he's already attacking, or if the attack timer is not null, not 0. And the current health of the player has to be bigger than 0. So let me just test something. Use the same method as up there for the attack cooldown. So I want to avoid the player spamming a infinite amount of bones. Okay, so now I can spawn 1 bone, but there is an issue because I can't see it, but it's not setting the attack timer back to 0. Attack timers, attack cooldown. Oh wow. Yeah, I see the problem. This is again some pretty shitty implementation. I say if attacking, then cooldown, so that cooldown never gets called if I only executed the throw attack. Let me see. Is it necessary that I have is attacking to true? Else attacking is false. Blah blah blah. Well, I could say something like that. If attack timer is bigger than 0, then do the cooldown. Yeah, that should be okay. Let me try. Alright, there we go. We get the bones. Yeah. And I can only shoot every half second about. And if I'm attacked... What the fuck? Alright. Okay, I get it. What the heck? I think I have to use my own kind of cooldown. Man. Attack timer is bigger than 0. Else. Oh yes, of course. Oh my god. If it is bigger than -1. Yeah. That's what we want to have. Now it should work. Yep, now it's working. Alright, we got this. Okay, that's one thing. Next up. Next up, I want to change the shoot direction. I want to have it depending on the side the player is facing to. So if the player's facing to the left, I want to shoot the bones to the left side, and likewise, if he's pointing to the right, I want to shoot them to the right side. So, and that's gonna be in the instantiate logic. Shoot direction. Yeah, this is it. I'm setting the shoot direction to transform.right, which is not the best way to do it. That was just a quick thing for testing purposes. I should set the vector depending on the player's facing direction, which I can find in, I guess, player platformer controller. I have some, yeah, we got it here. It is the transform.local scale bigger than 0. Okay, we can use the transform.local scale on the x-axis, or we can use the flip sprite. So I will just take both of them and put them back player attack. I don't know the syntax for a state machine. State machine syntax. Let me see. What do we have? Well, it's not actually case. Okay, it's a switch statement. Let me see again. Switch. Let me try to implement this. Switch. Flips. Player. No. Game assets. Dot instance dot player platformer controller dot flip sprite. What? Oh, it's dot transform dot local scale dot x. like that. And then case. What the fuck? Now what the heck? I think I have to do it in another way. Float. In there. Wow. Well, it has to be a boolean. Okay, I will not use a switch statement. Or? No, I'm not using that. If okay, I will do a simple if statement. If game assets.instance.playerPlatformController.transform.localScale.x is bigger than 0, then I will set Okay. And then else if then I say if it is smaller than 0, then I will do a shoot direction equals to transform dot left. Why is that not working? Oh, I said shoot direction dot normalize. Okay, I have to do it manually. New vector 2. And then I said x value to 1 and 0. And here I set it to -1. And remove those. Okay, let's test. Use unassigned local variable. What the heck? Why is he not knowing shoot direction? What the fuck? I don't get it. And now he gives me errors. What the heck? Damn. Oh, what the hell? If I say something like this. Okay, let me see. Maybe this one's working. What? Okay, it works in the right, in the direction to the right, but it doesn't in the left direction. Oh yes, he's shooting himself. Okay, I see the problem. Can I say exactly what it is? It is in the instantiation logic. New vector 3 transfer. It's this one. If I say I set it to transform .position.x, then I'm spawning right in the player, I guess. Let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What the heck? What the? Oh look. Then it's working in this direction, so I know that the direction logic is working, but alright. Well, what I want to do is get some I want to add to the player another what should it be? Another empty open prefab, create empty, not under the attack trigger, and this should be the spawn point. Spawn point. Okay, so let me see how I was implementing that in the enemy AI. Where is it here? I got some shoot point, right? There it is. That's the same thing I'm using here. And how did I set this? Shoot point right. Oh, I set it as a public transform. Let me see, the enemies are here. And there's the shoot point right transform. Not a big fan of that. But is there a way to grab this reference without without drag and drop it into the editor. Unity get transform on game object get child. Get component in children. Okay, I need another transform, which will be what? Private transform. How did I call it? Spawn point. Spawn point. There we go. So, and on awake. Spawn point is get component in children. What the heck? God damn it. Okay, excuse me for a second. So, I'm back again, sorry guys. Well, okay, maybe this one works. Okay, spawn point. So, and then where is my throw attack? Throw attack. Instantiate. So I replace this with spawn point. What the heck? Okay. Could it be spawn point dot position? Yeah, that's working. Let's get back here. Spawn point. Put a spawn point here. Test. Yeah, sorry guys. We will do something else. Need to hurry up now because I have to go to my main job. Do this like that. Blah blah blah. Where is it? Spawn point. Disable this for now. Go back in the editor. Open prefab asset. Spawn point. Put the spawn point over here. Get out. And then there's the spawn point. Drag and drop it here. Test. There we go. Yeah, and now it's working. Now I can shoot it in both directions, which is pretty cool. Right, shoot to this side, shoot to that side, that's cool. Okay guys, we got it so far. Thank you very much for watching. Hope it was not too boring, but sometimes things are getting complicated, or you have to overthink things. But it's still fun for me, so thank you very much for watching. I see you in the next one. As always, have a nice day and stay amazing. Bye bye.